primarily among believers. There are people who may start off being very vocal about their faith. I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, I believe this and this. But as they become more successful, they become less and less vocal about what they believe. Why? Because they're trying to appeal to the masses. The masses are not for Christ. That's actually why God has sent you to that gate, because the masses are not for Christ and he needs them. He needs as many people as we can get from the masses to be for Christ. And if we don't understand the kind of influence we've been called, it will be very easy for us to compromise. Remember the spirit of compromise. If you don't know who you are, if you're not secure in your identity, you will be more keen on what people have to say about your brand and about your art than you are about what God has to say about it. You'll be more keen to get the approval of men and not the approval of God. And the other thing I need to mention is that influence by that does not equate to faith. You see, we are husband and wife. We are influential in each other's lives. The decisions I make, and a lot of them are influenced by Dan and vice versa, because of the role and the relationship we have in each other's life. And so influence does not equate to fame. You can be influential and not famous. There are people, and this is especially with family and loved ones, friends. There is who the world may know you as, especially if you rise in the celebrity area. If more and more people know you, there's who they know out there as a brand. But then there's who your family, they post you in diapers. There's who those people know you as. And there's a level of influence such people have in your life and vice versa. So you can be influential and not famous. Some of the most influential people in any industry are not known. They are gatekeepers in every gate. They are gatekeepers in every industry. The same way we're seeing their spirits and their principalities at the gates. They are the human vessels that serve as gatekeepers. This can be either for God or for the devil. There are people who, unless you have their approval, you will not succeed in a certain area. They're like principalities in that area. And so they may not be known. You may not see them on TV or on radio, but there are people who are influential in the gate of media and in the industry, where we see them even in, let me be very practical, with say media stations. If you've ever been on the back end of a media station, there is who you see on your TV every day, say if it's the news. But there's an editor who decides what goes into the news. You'll never see that editor on your TV. But that editor, insofar as influence is concerned, allow me to say, is arguably more powerful than that journalist that is followed by millions, or that news presenter that is followed by millions. Why? You're looking at the news presenter and you're following their face, their voice and whatnot, but who is controlling what they are saying? It's the editor. So who really has the power? There is where the illusion of power is, and then there's where power truly is.
Like that.
And that is the crux of influence. There is where power truly lies, and it is not always where the spotlight is. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. Just because you have the spotlight also does not mean you're influential. We have people who are famous for the wrong reasons. And so people know you, but they are not going to follow us. They don't take you seriously. They're not going to follow anything. You say, yeah, it's online. And so everybody, like if you mention their name, everybody will know who you're talking about. But will they take you seriously or do what? Remember what we said, influence is the ability to sway thoughts, emotions, and actions. So you are famous, but you have no influence. And influence, again, just like integrity and just like identity, it starts in the spirit. So you can look like you have influence in the natural because you're famous, but you have no influence in the spirit. If you don't have influence in the spirit, allow me to say anything you're doing at the gate is a lot of activity, but may not be very productive. You have to have influence first in the spirit. That is why I remember the example I gave of the song. Someone can sing a song and put this clap and they're like, okay, next. And now a person will sing the same song and the whole room is completely shifted. Why? One of them has influence in the spirit. They have a certain level of influence that this other person does not have. And you can juxtapose that in whatever field and whatever area you're in.